Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this. This is your New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Year's Dash 2017 review. I am your quiet yet still here host LK, and I'm joined by my partner in crimes, the much louder SOS WrestleTalk, and I'm joined by both of them today, both male and female. Equal rights means equal fights, so I'm looking forward to this one. How are you doing today, guys?
Splendid, sir. How are you today?
Well, I'm going to be a bit quiet for the first 10-15 minutes because the neighbors right now it's 1:45 a.m. and the neighbors haven't fucking slept yet. What are you playing at? I mean, I know it's Friday night, but I find it disrespectful. You know, they should. They say, okay, you do your stuff. I'll go in, no problem. Hey, if we get a bang on the fucking office door, let's all duck and cover. But New Year's Dash 2017 is in the books. I watched it in one sitting, which is good for me because I usually take a few sittings to watch long shows. Win, loss, or tie, everyone in live comments. Me personally, I'm going to give a show a win. What do you guys give it, win, loss, or tie?
Well, Bunches, you want to go first?
I give it a win. I mean, I can't even say an automatic because of who made their appearance, but New Year's Dash, I almost kind of look forward to this more than Wrestle Kingdom itself, just because you never know what to expect. It's never disappointing.
I'll go ahead and piggyback off of you on that, and to where, you know, the casual, I hate to always use that term, casual wrestling fans, I kind of equate this to the Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, if you're kind of familiar with that, because it's kind of like a reset button. You know, we're going to get new angles, we're going to get new people facing off with each other. We might even get some new people and new characters into the show. So I thought it was a win. You know, we got some new stuff going on, so I'm just was ready to get into it and talk about it.
Yeah, me too. I give it a win. So we all three give us a win, which is a nice little way to start the show. So our opening match, we had Tiger Mask, Juicy. Actually, before that, you guys didn't jump on the Wrestle Kingdom 11 review. So what were your thoughts on Wrestle Kingdom 11?
I'll let you go
Let
first.
me just say, I am so grateful for everybody that lives in my apartment building that we all seem to be on Team Loud, because I never get any noise complaints in Wrestle Kingdom 11. I really thought I was finally going to get the notice on my door saying, bitch, tone it down.
I'll say this. Every match to me got better and better and better. And we were sitting here watching it, and it was the spot where Okada hits Omega with the first Rainmaker. And I'm like, the match is over. And I've been watching wrestling so long, so I think I'm just the smartest dude ever when it comes to wrestling. So I think when you fool me, I'm like, kudos to you. When he kicked out of that Rainmaker, I was like, Jesus Christ, man, they got me right there. I was like, y'all got me. So, you know, I know people are going, you know, giving 6 stars, 20 stars to the match, man. But I love the show. Wrestle Kingdom 11 was amazing.
Yeah, I'm personally. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just gonna say I'm gonna go back and watch it again tonight. So
yeah, definitely. Like the one match that I thought was the most lackluster, one of my favorite wrestlers, Shibata and Goto for the Neverweight. I really thought that it started off super slow and it was by far the most boring match. But it picked up. I totally was singing a different tune by the end of it.
That's fair. That was when we did our predictions, which did very well in viewership, which you should be grateful to know. Very, very well in viewership, actually. You're a draw. Surprisingly, you're a draw. Like, this may surprise you. You're a big fucking draw. No word of it. Literally, our Wrestle Kingdom 11 preview show did the exact same numbers as the review show, which had Dave Koco on.
Really?
Identical.
Well,
but I think it's like 50, you know, views off. But you should take that to the bank. You drew the same as Dave Koco.
We'll go ahead and throw up that too sweet right there.
And the show was like an hour and a half shorter, which means less live viewership, and it was on at a strange time. So kudos to you, and you viewed yourself way into a permanent spot for our New Japan reviews, and I'm excited for this. I'm excited to finally have a little team going, so I have specific people for Raw, SmackDown, specific people for Lucha and NXT, and then I got you guys in for New Japan, which I like having a little system going on.
He's like straight up building an empire.
Yeah, like, well, I told LK that. I was like, dude, LK, you're killing us right now. I told him that.
Oh, absolutely.
And we
see your posts.
We appreciate
on
you
Facebook, on Twitter.
Yeah, and we're gonna retweet it and like all that stuff. We appreciate you when you think of New Japan. When it comes to LK and KocoSports, we look at it as an honor that you look at SOS WrestleTalk and you think of SOS WrestleTalk when you think of New Japan. So that's an honor to us. Thank you for that.
It's truly humbling, especially in a sea of 20 community that always wants to talk about WWE, which there's nothing wrong about it. Everyone has preferences.
Dude, if I could have my way, I wouldn't talk about WWE, but duties and all. But we'll actually get down to doing the show. Otherwise, we'll be here for another 10 hours. So we had our opening match of Tiger Mask, Jushin Liger, and am I gonna butcher this? I didn't even think I got the name wrong because Cage Match, who I normally have up to look at, they didn't have the card uploaded, obviously, because it didn't have a card. So is it Henare or Henaro? Who the fuck is this guy?
It's Henare.
Henare.
I did the same thing earlier. I was like, every time they said his name, I was like, is it Henare, Henry, Shinare, Pavari? What's your name, dude? But I love you. I can't wait to see more of you develop, young boy.
No, he's coming along well.
Oh my
I like him. I like him a lot.
I can't wait to see what he's going to be like in 2 years' time.
Now, did you watch the English commentary or the Japanese commentary?
English.
Yeah, I watched the English. Only reason I watched the English because I knew Carino was coming up with his time going to WWE Performance Center and all that. So I watched the English to give him kind of last minute send off. So.
Now I watched it for one match. Now, if I just let me quickly turn around here. Where are we? Yeah, I listened to it one match. Okay, the Michael Elgin and Kushida match. Okay, I tuned in, and the first thing I hear is Kevin Kelly trying to get Carino how to say Los Ingobernables. Like, what the fuck? Like, was it like that all show? Like, was it generally like that all show? The constant taking the piss.
Like,
I honestly recapped it from like the night before. He was like, "You said it so perfectly. What happened? Just sound it out."
He actually did say it once, but no, it was kind of like that. They would have their sort of goofy spots, but they would get kind of back serious. But no, they had their comedic times or whatever. But I'm okay with it because I'm used to Carino and the Kevin Kelly from Ring of Honor commentary. And, I know Carino has a lot of experience over in Japan, so I'm actually okay with the commentary team. I know there's a lot of hit and miss with a lot of people, but I'm okay with them,
See, I love them in Ring of Honor.
There.
You love them in Ring of Honor?
Yeah, but I don't like them in New Japan. I think they're different. They take it like it's a fucking vacation. I just don't like the goofing around. They wouldn't do that in Ring of Honor.
That's a very good point. Yeah. Like, especially like Kevin Kelly, because he's very like animated. He's just like, oh no, like I'm like, dude, chill out, sit down, tranquilo, Kevin Kelly, come on, like yes, we know it's great, but then he's like, oh, Ring of Honor Wrestling.com, chill out, man, we know, Kevin Kelly, we know.
Oh, was he on Mega Plugfest mode as he usually is?
I think they told him to like kind of chill out with the Ring of Honor references, but he can get, how we know how Kevin Kelly can get.
I'm pretty sure he must run that site the amount he fucking promotes it. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Okay, so do you guys think that if maybe this year New Japan kind of had some guidelines for, as far as Ring of Honor goes, last year with Matt Stryker, some comments that were made about like, okay, here's a list of guidelines. Don't violate these.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Like this is your scope that you may stay in.
Yeah, like you said, LK, how they. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go. It's fine.
Now I was going to say, like you were saying, how they were kind of taking it like a vacation. I think Stryker last year was taking it like a vacation, even double fold. Like
absolutely. Like he straight up was.
Like, but yeah, I'm with you on that. It's like don't take it as a vacation. It's serious. You can have your little joke spots here and there, but for the most part, keep it serious.
Yeah, I was the exact same. It was insane. What are your thoughts on the opener then? So, what did we have here? So Finlay Raw and then Ricochet and Shooting Star off the top, which was scary because I thought he was going to miss him and bloody break his neck. But thankfully he hit him because he's a constant pro as our Ricochet. He got the win. I don't know about Finlay's weight. Like, that wasn't an actually insult about his weight. I mean, is he junior heavyweight weight? Because if so, I think him and Ricochet would be a great junior heavyweight tag team.
I think that's what they said on the on the English commentary. They did say they're kind of pushing him as a junior heavyweight tag team, honestly. So I think we'll see them. He's going to pretty much take Matt Seidel's spot with him and Ricochet, honestly. That's what I perceive for him.
I don't know, but having Ricochet help him get the pin, like, David had that. He didn't need your help with that pin, Ricochet. Like, him assisting with that, it just kind of seems like maybe there is some doubt to David Finlay's weight. Or maybe they're still kind of questioning.
Or what they're trying to do is they're trying to show the teamwork of Ricochet and David Finlay already having a finisher. Maybe that's what they're trying to do, to prove that, okay, they're a great, well-oiled machine as a team.
To go off of what you said, I think that's what this match did. It was to show, like, hey, David Finlay and Ricochet are going to be a force in the junior heavyweight tag team division, so we kind of got to establish them real quickly with the win here. So I think that's what that match did.
It was okay. It was quite a fun, quick opener. I love it when they start off and it's like, okay, they're not going to start off with a long 15-minute 6-man tag. It's just boom, 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 straight up there, and I enjoyed it. I gave it 2.25 stars. What do you give it?
I think that's a very fair rating. I'll say about 2.25. Like you said, that's really fair.
Yeah, I give it a strong 2.
It's like everybody gets their quick stuff in. Pinfall 1, 2, 3 match over. Not anything too bad. Gets the show started well. So I definitely agree with you on that.
And then we moved on to Adam Page and Takahashi, whose entrance at Wrestle Kingdom 11 was, oh, Jesus Christ. If that was on television, they would have got kicked off the air if that was in the UK or America.
Oh man, that was I showed my buddy that entrance the other day, and he just would randomly yell out this, I see you, pimp. He just would yell that out, just randomly. I was like, dude, you're hilarious right now. But that entrance was crazy.
It just didn't really seem like so much different than a bunch of those other ones.
Well, he just had more this time, I mean, he is.
I think because he's came out with a handful of ladies before. I think. No, never mind.
It's what they were wearing. It's what they were wearing was different to the amount and quantity. It's what the women were wearing.
No, not even.
They never wear that bad. They're never that bad. They never dress like
came out.
fucking
Honestly,
hookers.
the thing that stood out the most was that Blasian chick. She was basic. She was like, you never see Yujiro come out with like any basic looking woman, and she was like super. You know who I'm talking about?
Which one are you talking about? Not the bunny.
No,
she said the Blasian. She's black and Asian. The Blasian.
Yes.
She kind of okay. There was one that had like pedestrian clothes on. They were just kind of the short. I was like, well, you kind of look like
whatever. I see that chick all the time in Broad Ripple. Ton of Broad Ripple, Big Old Deli.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. All the time. All the time between May and August.
They faced Yoshitatsu and Billy Gunn. When I get to his age, if I'm in that kind of shape, I'm going to be proud of myself. My God, unbelievable shape.
I'll go ahead and say it now. I'll just take roids to look like that. I don't even care. You got some HGH, I'll do it. If I can look.
You're going to pull a Jinder Mahal.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Don't hinder Jinder, especially when he's on the HGH. You know what I mean?
Oh, can you imagine that in the back? He's like, "What am I doing today, Vince?" He's like, "Nothing. Superstars, man. I will not take that shit from you, Vincent Kennedy McMahon." No. Onto Yoshitatsu. Okay. Now since his neck injury, since he's come back, I think he's a worthless sack of shit, and I wouldn't care if he got released.
Man, he's so awful. Like now since he's been back. I feel like his highlight was last year doing commentary. And
that wasn't even a good highlight.
No.
Right? But it was still entertaining. It's more entertaining than what he's given us in ring.
And it looks like he's put no effort into his body anymore. He was in good shape. Now he's not in good shape anymore. It looks like he's just given up.
He doesn't care. He's really Los Ingobernables as Yoshitatsu. He doesn't care at all. He's like, yeah, I'm not working out. Hunter Club, I don't care about the shirt. Yeah, I'm just wrestling. Come out with
my hair all kinds of frizzy.
I got a quick Yoshitatsu story real fast.
Yeah.
So like, I guess it's a stupid game on Facebook where they're like, pick a wrestler and people give you a wrestler or whatever. Yeah. And so somebody was talking about Yoshitatsu or whatever, like in my mention speed or whatever, and somebody was like, the day they released Hero and somebody they got released. Comes to the locker room, was like, they released Hero and somebody else, and you're still here. And he was pointing at Yoshitatsu. I was like, Jesus, dude. I'm like, poor Yoshi, man.
Don't pity
No,
him.
not poor Yoshi. He does actually back in the day he wasn't that bad, but now he's just worthless. Anyway, the match ended with Page hitting a really nice spike neck breaker to get the win. It was okay. It was a 1.5 because I'm feeling very generous. I forgot about it now. Like, it's out of my mind now. Let's skip it and move on. It's out of my brain. I forgot about it.
Yeah, let's just forget about that match.
One thing that I will say about this match, which actually happened after the match, let's talk about Billy and let's stare down with a young boy.
Yeah, they've been having an ongoing beef. I'm not familiar with that young boy's name, but they
Me neither, but I'm very interested to see how this is going to develop.
I didn't pick that up. What I do because I watched it about an hour after it aired, I skip in between. So once the bell rings, minus obviously a certain Suzuki-Gun, I skip so that I can cut it from a 3-hour show down to like a 2.5-hour show because there's 17,000 other things to watch.
I mean, that's kind of the gist of it. Just Billy Gunn and this young boy staring each other down.
Was it the really big? Was it the really big young boy?
Yeah, it was the big dude, the swole dude.
Okay, that sounds all right. What did you rate it? I rated it like a star and a half, feeling generous. Did nothing for me.
That's very generous, man. I hate that because you know what? I'm iffy on Adam Page. I love Yujiro. Without the girls, with the girls, he's of course a superstar to me. But man, I don't want to just sound like a broken record to agree with you, but I think a star is just generous. I mean, it's like, all right, you didn't do anything great, you didn't do anything horrible, you did what you had to do, you did your work, got out of there. I'm with you. I give it a star.
I give it a star and a half only because Hangman, Adam Page, grabbed Billy's junk one point in time during the match. And if you go back and you rewatch it, you can see the look of awkwardness on Hangman's face. He didn't mean to do that. Billy Gunn doesn't care because he's old as fuck. It's not his first time having that happen. Yeah. But Adam Page, he's like, do I apologize? I'm sorry.
Oh God, I've forgotten about everything apart from that spot now. Thanks for that. Then we had Young Bucks and Adam Cole versus Roppongi Vice and Yoshihashi. I actually enjoyed this one. This is probably my match of the night. I really, really, really did like this. One spot I loved was when Trent Barretta went to do his dive to the outside, but Rocky Romero said, no. Look what happened at Wrestle Kingdom when he went to do the dive. I thought that was really, really funny.
No, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, it was so great to see their banter back and forth. It
was really, really good. Cole, go on.
I was gonna say it was funny. I don't know if you on YouTube. I don't know if you watch any episodes of the Young Bucks and Omega's Elite or anything because they have an ongoing series where they film episodes or whatever. But I was watching an episode this morning and it was after Wrestle Kingdom and everybody's like, oh, Bucks are down, Kenny Omega's down or whatever, and they're like, oh, we lost. And Adam Cole's like, hey guys, what's the matter? It's like they're like, oh, we lost. He's like, well, you know what? I won my match, and then Kenny Omega's just like, yeah, he's like, hey, that's good now, but I lost, and some chick brought him some stuffed animals or whatever, and they had Kenny with the IWGP heavyweight belt on, and he's like, well, I don't have one for you, Adam, and he's like, it's okay, I'll just take the one with the belt since I'm the champion and all, so I'll just take this one. And I was like, dude, they're crazy. So it was 6 minutes. So if you get a chance, check it out. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I've never even heard of that. They haven't done a really good job promoting that then, because I've never heard of it. Is it just for a joke on the side?
Yeah, it's on the side. Yeah, they had an episode around Halloween. I guess they had a jelly bean, it was a tray of jelly beans that are nasty or whatever. And they had different Bullet Club members trying them and everything. And Yujiro sitting there selling the horrible jelly beans. He's like, yeah, I just didn't want to be, mean. He's like, yeah, those tasted awful, but,
I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't want to be rude or anything. But,
I have to watch where I watch those videos. One time I was watching them in Arby's, eating my food, about to choke, laughing too hard. That's okay.
No, but, back to the match, though, Bucks and chemistry. They've teamed together for years in PWG, and even Ring of Honor. So, no, this was like you said, I agree with you. This is match of night here. It's when it really started to pick up. It's all right. Because some people, Young Bucks hit or miss. I'm always a fan of the Young Bucks, but it's just
they can
do no wrong. And like I said, I like the spot where Rocky's like, no. And also, too, on Twitter, we follow Trent, and he tweeted out, because Rocky was like, I'm a 7-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Then Trent goes, because he's weird as hell, and I love him. He's like,
all of his tweets.
He's like, I'm glad it's all about you, bro.
Rocky later on tweets out, he's like a significant amount of time later, he's like, good job, buddy. Dude, but what about Rocky's forever close lines?
Chuck Taylor is the weirdest person on Twitter. His thing is weird. Dude, when you have the time, check out Chuck Taylor.
Oh, God.
We're not even going to talk about Chuck Taylor and weirdness.
Yeah, she had a full-on conversation with him.
Yeah, dude, I fucking met him for the first time last weekend, and let me just say, me and my awkwardness, I never thought that I could take it to a new level, but I did.
He does need to be blocked. Like everyone out there for listening, please go block Chuck Taylor on your Twitter.
No, don't listen to him. Don't listen to LK. If anything, go favorite and retweet and tell your friends to follow Chuck Taylor.
He does actual blow by blow analysis commentary on Wrestle Kingdom the other night. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, some of his stuff's funny, but I just don't really think it's the right thing to do when you're a wrestler. It makes you look a bit amateur.
I've seen some tweets from him before. It's kind of they're very jealous kind of tweets. So I was like, oh man, I'm like, are you joking or are you for real? Because I hope you're joking.
I kind of feel like most of the time
I'm thinking he's serious.
Sincere.
I think he's being serious.
Like, he's probably like, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, like he was like,
I hope you do well.
Tranquilo. But no, like I can see what you mean. I mean, yeah. Like in the interaction face to face, he's all right, dude. Like I talked, he was okay, but it's like I'm probably not gonna hang out with him a lot. I'd rather go hang out with Matt Riddle here and there.
Oh my God, I never want to get whiskey drunk with that man.
God, how did we go? How did we go from Bullet Club to fucking Chuck Taylor's Twitter? Anyway, back to the actual match. There was some good stuff in there. Cole hit his Canadian Destroyer, which I haven't seen him hit in a very long time. And then Yoshi-Hashi got the win with a roll-up on Adam Cole for 3. Post-match, the Bullet Club beat down on the faces, and I didn't like the Ring of Honor World Champion losing cleanly in a throwaway 6-man, in all due respect, to Yoshi-Hashi. I don't mean to be cruel. That's like putting it at... Do you remember back in the Attitude Era when the WWE had the NWA title, and it kind of looked like, because the mid-carders were beating the champion, it kind of feels like that, and I don't like that, and I don't like that at all.
Well, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Uh-oh.
Oh, what up?
Hey.
Hey. Wait. I think I
Hello?
just got way too excited.
Hello?
Hello?
I swear to God.
Okay, I can. Hey. Oh, all right, yeah.
We don't see you.
We don't see you, but we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Oh no, but like to play devil's advocate on that, yeah, I can see what you mean about this having like him getting pinned in a throwaway right there, but it was at least on a roll up and it wasn't his move, so I think it's in that way it's kind of like a fluky win. So it's kind of like, all right, yeah, you beat him, but it's like, did you really beat him? It was a 6-man match and you just got him in a roll up. So it's like you didn't really, you pinned him, but did you really beat him? So
that was a fluke. Every dog has his day. So, fine, whatever. Let that be his best day.
And I also think they're building that up to be Adam Cole versus freaking Yoshi for the title anyway.
I don't know. They're kind of... I've heard a lot of speculation about Yoshi-Hashi having quite the year.
Really?
Yeah. Right? I mean, I only say this in the sense of like, him and Nakamura. Like, as far as when they went to the dojo, when they came to New Japan, when they started, like, really getting their fan base, and, like, Yoshi-Hashi was kind of, like, pushed out to the side, and now Nakamura is gone. There's just that speculation that Yoshi-Hashi is going to be having an amazing year.
I mean, never say never in this world, eh? And you can see me and hear me now, correct?
Yeah,
right,
yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, he's got the potential.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with him. I just don't... The way he's been presented as a mid-carder and he's defeating the world champion. I mean, okay, it is by roll-up, but I still don't like it. They could have just have him do that to one of the Young Bucks.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a very good point. He could have just pinned one of the Young Bucks and then been like, hey, I want a title shot still. So, no, that's a very fair point.
Unless he does get a Ring of Honor World title match, and maybe that could be at one of the next shows, Adam Cole versus Yoshi-Hashi.
I think they have a show in February with Ring of Honor Rising, so I'm probably will be penciled in as one of the matches on that show. I guarantee it.
I've never seen Yoshi-Hashi in America. Have you ever seen him in America? I can't remember him coming over. So
he has not been over here. I don't think so. What's weird is I think he might have like a little small cult following, because I can see people like in a Ring of Honor show chanting Yoshi-Hashi, even though he has Loose Explosion written on his ass, and I'm just like. I mean, that could be so many things that it could mean, and it's just like, oh man, I just want to watch your wrestling. You and Taguchi, I don't know what's going on, but
dude, I don't know. Ever since he dyed his hair,
he dyed it back though. But no, hey,
I know the Dennis the Menace comments.
He did look like Dennis. He did look like Dennis. He did look like Dennis Menace.
Dude, I found my slingshot. If he comes over for G1, I would take my slingshot to G1 with us.
He'll be here.
He will be here.
And yeah, we will be in LA for the G1 shows. Most definitely.
What's up, Brian?
They need to come over to UK. It's not fair. Why do you get it and we don't? That's not fair.
Dude, you guys get so many fucking awesome wrestlers coming over there, like, all the time. Let's talk about all the times that Shibata goes over there alone. Like,
yeah, that's true. Actually, we get Shibata regularly in Rev Pro. That's true. That's true. That's very true. Well, okay. Starring wise, I gave it 3.5. I did really enjoy it.
Yeah. You know, Young Bucks, to me, every time I get a Young Bucks match, just no less than 3 stars, honestly. And you throw Adam Cole in the mix and you throw Roppongi in there, I give 3.5. I even go 3 3/4. Fuck it.
Generosity.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we had Team 2000, which was Cheeseburger Kojima, a very cool Tenzon, Scott fucking Norton, and I'm going to be honest, some old guy. Because I was watching the Japanese comic. I had no fucking clue who this guy was, so I have old guy. And they faced Die, Bone Soldier Die, Omega, Gorillas of Destiny, and Triple F Fat Fuck Fale.
Wow. The old dude is Hiro Saito, by the way. He was in WCW very early in the early 90s, but yeah, he's still an old dude. I don't know. You know what my most blaring thing was about this match, aside from Cheeseburger taking out the picture from the start of the match? I was just like, wow. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed this. I mean, I got a shirt, so of course I'm a fan of his. But I was just like, man, that's kind of weird. He just got relegated to the mid-card rather quickly, like after the main event. Did you get that feeling?
No, because I kind of felt like, okay, maybe they already knew that he was going to take some time off. Maybe they already knew. They were like, hey, can you do this? And then they just swapped him around for someone else. Maybe they were going to do. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what they could have done, because looking at the rest of the card, there isn't much Bullet Club action. But I was expecting Okada, Kenny Omega instead of Ospreay. But obviously they're doing Ospreay Shibata, so maybe that's why. Yeah. I have no idea, but it didn't feel like that to me because it feels like a fun show, so it doesn't really mean anything. Like,
yeah, that's true.
It was just, if you looked at this knowing what we know now, maybe it's okay. Omega's taking some time off. What do you think about that? Do you think Omega's actually going to the monopolized WWE, or is he gonna stay at New Japan, or is he going to go to TNA, or is he going to do it? What's he going to do? Well, the TNA option's laughable. Well, sorry to cut you off. TNA's laughable.
He's going to stay in New Japan. Like, I'm not going to divulge too much of my theories, but I think that because, you know, he has some certain familiar faces around, you know, he wants to kind of rest up and, you know, maybe just hang out and catch up and play some video games.
Well, I will play devil's advocate, and I will unleash my scenario. This is what I think this means right here. I strictly think this, like, yeah, he's going to take time off, and he wants to take time off, but I strictly think him taking time off the storyline. What I mean by that is they're doing this to be like, oh, well, he's going to take time off, you know, rest up from the Wrestle Kingdom main event, da-da-da-da-da. Well, while he being gone, the fans clearly love him now. Like, he's a made man now, so he has all the fan favorite support. So while he's gone, who's leader of Bullet Club? Who will be like the most established person? Let me get it. Who will be the most established person while he is gone in Bullet Club? Or maybe the person who has the most name recognition. You know who that person is? His name is Cody Rhodes. And my thing is, I don't know about you, LK, but lately Cody Rhodes, maybe in his younger career, but lately in his career, he strikes me as a person that's like, I'm not going to take a backseat to anybody. You know, so.
Dominating.
I foresee him usurping Kenny Omega as leader of Bullet Club. I don't know when it's going to happen. That's just what I see happening soon with Kenny Omega and Bullet Club, because he's super old. Fans want to cheer him. He wants to pretty much be that guy. So let him be that guy.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kenny comes back as a face. I mean, like, it was just...
He's already a face.
Well...
They love him. He's a face already. That match made him a face.
That is true.
Yeah, that match made him a face.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, so let that just, like, solidify his face character.
But that means he'll be out of Bullet Club. I mean, Cody could have the run with the Bullet Club as leader and then have Omega go as face, and then he could do Omega, you know, have the Young Bucks turn on Omega like they did to AJ Styles.
Absolutely. That's what I foresee happening. That's how I call it. Because it is like, the break just kind of came out of nowhere. I don't want to say it came out of nowhere, but like when I saw it, I was like, yep. Because they're going to build up stuff while he's gone, and it's going to be like, once he comes back, then like, oh, things have changed, man. And then, you know.
I personally would love it if they're going to do it kind of in similar AJ fashion, that the Young Bucks go with them. Like, let the Young Bucks kind of be similar to how Gallows and Anderson was.
Honestly, too, I hate to keep going about it, but
they're
already planting the seeds for that, because I was listening to JR's podcast with Kenny Omega, and they were talking. He's like, "Oh, I didn't even know Cody was going to be in Bullet Club," and and talking about all this. I was like, "Man, he's really like talking about that, like, you know, shoot," but he's really kind of planting the seeds for the further angle, because he's like, "I didn't know he was even going to be in there," and it's like kind of like, I'm the leader, and I don't know who this dude is even going to join the club, so. You know, it's just like, all right, I see where they're kind of going, you know, going to go with this. I could be wrong, but I think they're going to go that route, and I think that'd be a smart way to go.
Yeah.
I think that too. One thing I don't like is everyone getting excited about Omega going to WWE. That annoys me every time that someone goes. It's like, instead of people going, "Oh yeah, oh what if he comes to WWE? What if he comes to WWE?" How about we just go, "Oh, they're fucking awesome. I'm going to watch him where he's at now." Instead of going, "Oh yeah, if he comes to WWE, then I can watch him." Like, no, why? If you like the guy, watch him no matter where he's at, no matter how many sides ring, what logos on the apron, fucking watch him. That people drive me crazy when they're like that. Like, I don't want Omega to go to WWE because I'm loving what he's doing at the moment in interviews, saying, "Look, you don't have to be a legend just because you know you're not. He will be a legend still if he never goes to WWE, and that's what he wants to be." And I like things like that.
I mean, he's already done so many things as a first. He was, the first Canadian to compete or make it in G1.
Yeah, first. He was because Michael Elgin was in there the year before. But,
yeah, that's right.
Well, he was first Gaijin, first Westerner, depending on how you're looking at it, because Chono was technically a Westerner to win the G1. Won the Intercontinental title this year. He just moved to the heavyweight division. So I mean, I saw some people were upset talking about they wish Omega would have won, and I understand that. But he just got to the heavyweight division. He's been the heavyweight only for 6 months, so he can't just have everything given to him right there. He's got to have some kind of, you know, struggle. And I think him getting hurt on by Bullet Club will essentially be his struggle. And there's a couple matches we got to get to with Kenny Omega too. He's got to eventually have a rematch with Okada, of course, but he's also eventually got to have a rematch with Naito, because that also is a match of the year candidate as well. So that's why I think it's actually going to be main event Wrestle Kingdom next year. I'm getting way ahead of myself with that, but no, I think him taking time off will do good. When he comes back, they'll love him even more. Bullet Club may resent him a little bit storyline wise, because they feel like he abandoned them at their time when they maybe needed him, you know, the most. So
you know his ominous tweets that he was tweeting, you know, way to set people up, way to like make them, you know, like really think about like, oh, what is he gonna do? But I have to agree with you about the whole WWE mumbo jumbo. Kenny's not going to WWE, so just get that out of your fucking mind.
The way he's been talking about it recently, why would they go near him? You'd be a moron. Oh yeah, I'm going to employ a guy who just like it'd literally be like Dave, like having like a week ago some guy like cutting a hate video on the channel, and then Dave going, "Oh, why didn't you come aboard?" Like, it just wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, come on.
It wouldn't at all. And like also too, from the Wrestle Kingdom review video, shout out to Wrestling Rantic because he mentioned this, and I like that point he brought up. During the Attitude Era, when NWO was running shit and, you know, running them up, people wasn't like, "Oh, when are they gonna go to WWE and do that?" Nobody ever did that. They wasn't like, "When are they gonna go to do this? When they gonna do that?" And if they ever did that in any kind of context, it was like, I wonder who was gonna jump ship to which wrestling promotion, not like I wonder who's gonna go to WWE. So that's damn all that.
I don't know, but do you think that also has a lot to do with like being in the technological day and age that we are? Like, we have all this information.
No, because I mean, just going to WWE don't have anything to do with technology. It's just people who just like.
No, as first, like, I'm talking about like the fans just being like their panties in a toilet.
And like, I just hate to like, I don't know how you feel about this. Okay, I feel like I'm going long-winded about this shit, but like, I hate because I'm calling them WWE heads, whatever they want to call themselves. They're like, "Oh, I want this dude to go to WWE," and the reason they say it because it's like I really don't want to watch him in another promotion, so I want him to come to WWE or her because I just want them to want to watch him there, but I don't want to take the time to watch him in another promotion. That shit gets on my nerves. That's what I
like
hate.
That kind of makes me sad for a few of the people that just signed and re-signed with WWE. I wish them the best. They deserve it, absolutely, but I really hope the fans appreciate them, like just those WWE fans.
It's horrible. I hate it. It's been like that for years, and it probably always will be like that. But people use excuse, but it's a bigger platform. No, look at New Japan. You know, over the week where there was Wrestle Kingdom, I think it was something like 5,500 new American alone signups for New Japan World. I think that was the number.
It was 10,000 new subscribers to New Japan World in one day from North America.
Wow, doing your homework.
Damn, that's good. So it's 999 yen. They made 100k yen from New Japan's from signups. They made 100k yen from American signups. That is insane. The UK, so I know Sammy, he got it. I know Booms, he then bought it. I already had it. Actually, I had to rebuy it because I took November and December off, and it was fucking weird because I bought it December 28th, so I got billed on December the 28th, and then December the 31st is when they automatically renew whenever you sign up, and I got another bill. And I sent a tweet out. Someone said, "Look, dude, it's okay. They just bill on the 31st." I'm like, "Oh, why didn't I just sign up on the 31st or the 1st?" I got billed 2 times in 3 days, so I paid £18 for my Wrestle Kingdom. Oh,
but it was worth every pound.
Yeah, it was worth it. It was definitely, and it converts to something like £7.50, so it's only £15. It's not that bad. But what were your thoughts on the Team Coffin Dodgers versus Bullet Club match while I go check if they're awake or not?
Man, all right. So, why do I like Bone Soldier a hell of a lot more than Captain New Japan? But
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Right? I don't know. Like, he actually seems to be like more aggressive as the Bone Soldier. Like, I still can't take that guy serious, to save my life. But I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. I always love seeing Cheeseburger. My friend, one of my girlfriends, she doesn't watch wrestling at all. We're just listening, and she's hearing out all the names being called out, and she's, in her deadpan self, she's like, "Did they just say Cheeseburger? That's a wrestler. Don't give him guff. He's a good guy."
All right.
I mean, that was just kind of most. I mean, you have to understand, when I was watching this, I was going in between lots of vomiting.
No, for sure.
But
so I leave you two alone for a few minutes. So I come back and I hear a few seconds. I hear something about Cheeseburger, my girlfriend, etc. What the fuck is going on?
It's like, all right. It's like, all right.
That's how we roll. Okay.
Oh God.
No.
About to say, from a historical standpoint, though.
I mean, it was nice to see Scott Norton. It was so great, how the match started off with having Kenny, trying to get Scott Norton in, on Bullet Club's side, and eventually Scott Norton's like, yeah, okay. Psych.
But the reason why he did that, because I'm older than both of you, so I'm gonna school you youngsters on something real quick. All right. Team 2000, from all my old heads out there, was led by Masahiro Chono, which was a derivative from what, ladies and gentlemen, what, boys and girls? NWO Japan. And NWO Japan, which everyone knows, was NWO in America. So in one way or another, we are getting NWO versus Bullet Club. It's not the NWO versus Bullet Club you would want or you would think, but in the way it is. So I was kind of marking out on that. So I'm like, shit, you got NWO Japan versus Bullet Club, and that's pretty tight to me. Only thing was missing was Chono,
Yeah.
If they do this, if they would have did this on a different show, a kind of a tribute show, and and they had everybody, if they could do that one years down the line, just have everybody do that, I think that'd be fucking awesome. Here, I think it was just for fun. It was cool. I like them trying to both the groups too sweet before the match. I thought that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Tenzon as well with his glasses made me chuckle a lot. It really, really did.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, him and Kojima, dude.
God.
It was I'm like, oh my God. Dads are cool again. So,
Yep.
it's back at it.
Kojima can do no wrong.
Old man, that dude, they got him out the nursing home, man. It was like, hey,
come on, Grandpa.
We got a New Japan show, Wrestle Kingdom, New Year's Dash. Hey, you trying to come out? He's like,
yeah.
All right. They just rolled his ass out there.
They were at Tenru. Tenru's like, nah, you this year.
You this year, not me.
It's all you.
Oh, wow. Then we had then the show got really good from here. So we had Michael Elgin and Kushida versus Naito and Takahashi. I did really enjoy this match. I liked how it developed future feuds and how good the feuds were. I loved it when Dragon Lee came out, and then the match ended when Elgin hit a burning hammer. If that's his new finisher, I'm very happy with that. And then post match, Lee basically hit a suplex into a blue thunderbomb, which is really nice on Takahashi. He stood over Takahashi with the junior belt, stood over Naito with the IC belt, and Kushida is kind of looking at Dragon Lee. Now we have the CML, whatever the fuck it's called. Name it out. That's the one. That's tour on New Japan World, which I might check a few of them out. Would you be interested in doing them, or are you not that interested?
Absolutely, yeah.
And
okay, well, just tell me when that big one.
I bet if we could, Jeffrey of Strong Style would totally be in on it too.
He's a good friend of ours. He definitely delves into New Japan, and he delves into CMLL as well. So shout out to Strong Style Story on Twitter. Shout out to him.
I follow him. I follow him, and he follows me.
Yeah,
so that's potential.
He's a good dude.
I'll talk to Dave. I'm sure he'll be okay with it.
One thing, all right, so I want to tell both of y'all know this, all right? So I might be like the biggest low smart Naito fan you guys know, right? So like him pinning, all right, so with me saying that, I want him to lose the Intercontinental title because he should be in the main event. So him losing the title to Elgin, I think is a good thing. So I want Elgin to beat him for the title so he can be back in the main heavyweight title picture.
Think long term.
You know, I was like, you know what? Like, he needs to get that. I mean, I still say he should have been in the main event this year, damn it. But if he can't be in the main event, let him get the title soon. So if Elgin beats him for the Intercontinental Championship, I'm fine with it. I'm cool with that because that's probably what's going to happen.
It was a good match, though. I enjoyed it. I gave it 3 stars. There was nothing wrong with this at all.
Absolutely. And like you said, I like Dragon Lee coming out, out of nowhere. I like how he has a tracksuit on still with the mask. I'm like, he's like, you know what? I'm halfway in it. I got my tracksuit on, but I'm still going to do this dive on you, though. So.
I'm here for business and pleasure.
Yeah, I was just working out, but I got to do some shit, too. Let's go.
So, okay, Baby Bushi, that kid from last year.
Oh, I love that kid.
That
was cool.
Stand behind the announcing table. I really hope to God that we see him just like do every member of Los. Like, please, kid.
I liked when Naito came out and he did the fist bump with him, and then the crowd just went insane. That was amazing.
Right? That man. Yeah.
That's like I say, Los Ingobernables is for the children, man. They for the children. They for the children,
I can't have kids, man, because they would go to school like that kid.
That's why I won't.
Go in a mask doing that. I don't think that would go down well with the teachers. Funny enough. Excuse me, take your mask off. Oh, how dare you disrespect the Mexican heritage?
Yeah. Or teacher asks him to take.
Stares at the teacher. God help, get a sub in.
Teacher asks him to take the mask off, y'all. The teacher, they're like, tranquilo, teach. like, oh God.
Your child told me to Los Ingobernables and then told me to tranquilo. Like, man. Did you?
I'm like, I get A's. Like, okay, well.
Wow. Then we had Honma, Maccabi, Shibata, Juice Robinson, and Yuji Nagata versus the pedophile Yano, Ishii, Ospreay, Goto, and Okada. A lot of star power, and every single champion is jammed into this one, minus Yuji Nagata. But he gets in there for experience, so we'll give him that. He's the experienced, the participation award. So good for him. And I love the Ospreay and Shibata stare down. I loved their opening few minutes. That makes me excited to see them. I'm praying to God they have a Rev Pro World title match, because obviously Will Ospreay's the Rev Pro Cruiserweight champion, but he was after the Rev Pro World title, looking to be the double champ. I'm really seeing money in this feud. I really do. This is a good feud, and I'm excited for it.
Okay, I'm so glad you brought that up, my friend, because
we have such personal words.
Tweeting during New Year's Dash, I was like, hey, Shibata's gonna kill you, Will Ospreay, with like the tear laughing face, hashtag New Year's Dash. Ospreay proceeded to respond to us like this: sorry, who was left laying? Shibata has all the hype in the world, but he's just been a stubborn brick that wants his title.
He sounds English. That's an Englishman I can get behind.
I'm sorry, you bleeped out right when you said he sounds like a...
Oh, Englishman.
Beep. Oh.
That's what I said. He sounds like a proper Englishman.
Oh, yeah. And I meant to show this earlier. I don't know if you can see it, but from the Los match, Tranquilios. Forget Bootios, get Tranquilios.
They've actually made... Is it cereal?
No, Bud just made this for Christmas for me.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I'll put it on the camera there. Let me put it up there. That's really cool, actually. That is really cool.
Thank you. I ignored many people so that I could finish just the front cover of that.
Damn. That is amazing. What else have we got? So we had all 10. They go in there. It's a spot fest. And then Juice Robinson gets the win with the kill switch or whatever the fuck you want to call it. He defeated Goto, who was the never openweight champion. So I'm guessing we're going to get Goto versus Juice Robinson in the future. And then Suzuki-Gun, they come out. And I actually knew who the guy was. Minoru Suzuki. Look at me. I actually know an old timer. Well, he's not really old, but I actually got one. And the Killer Elite Squad. Are these guys full-time now in New Japan? Or are these guys Noah coming over to do a program with Okada? Is it they've signed with New Japan and Noah are now fucked?
They're coming to New Japan and they are taking all the titles like they did in Noah.
But are they still Noah wrestlers or are they New Japan wrestlers full-time now?
This is the thing with Suzuki-Gun. They were originally New Japan contracted wrestlers. They were lent over to Noah because they were struggling and they needed help with that. And I think they also did it because they were kind of clouded at the time. They had Bullet Club still, and they kind of wanted to get them over.
Yeah, they had too many stables.
And also, with them coming back now, they still have the same they have more stables than they had when they were there because it's like I like Suzuki-Gun. I love Minoru Suzuki. And I'm glad them coming back was extremely shocking, but it's just like, all right, here shortly, somebody's gonna have to go because you can't have Bullet Club, Los, and Suzuki-Gun. Somebody's gonna have to go because you can't have 3 factions and then you have chaos over here. Like we don't have anybody who's on the main New Japan army who's like, all right, I'm trying to fight for New Japan. Tanahashi,
Chaos is no, they're pure New Japan wrestlers.
They are the establishment team now. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I like it. It's different because then you can be a Chaos guy, you could be a Bullet Club guy, you could be a Lost Singer, or you could be a Suzuki-Gun guy. I really like that. I really do like that. I like more stables.
Even more so because it kind of seems like every stable is pretty different. As far as what they're bringing. Personally for me, what I love about Suzuki-Gun is their fucking hyper aggression.
Yep.
Fucking love that. Goddamn bullies.
They're just like invaders. They just pretty much go whatever,
Do you guys follow Suzuki on Instagram? Do you guys
I do.
Watch his Insta stories? You should. He's a fascinating man.
Oh yeah, he's super interesting. He's super interesting. I'm happy to see Minoru Suzuki back because I definitely think in the future he's going to actually next month. I think he's going to beat Okada and be the IWGP champion, which he'll be one of 3 gentlemen to win the IWGP, the GHC, and the All Japan Triple Crown. So I'm down for that. So let that happen.
And and this just leads to more possibilities of having Sakuraba go up against Suzuki again, which
really.
I never get tired seeing them.
When's the last time you've seen Sakuraba wrestle though? I haven't seen
right. I know. When was the last time? I mean, technically, I saw him wrestle tonight on the TV when we were playing video games, but that doesn't exactly count.
What I said to people with Minoru Suzuki coming back with the G1. Just think about this: you get a potential match with Shibata. You get a potential match with Los Ingobernables, Tetsuya Naito. You get a potential match with Kenny Omega, whether he's with Bullet Club or not, and that's money to me. All of those matches. So I'm hyped to see him back. Where they go with this, they're probably going to take the tag titles. Definitely, they're probably going to do a nice title sweep here soon. Bunch is probably right about that. So only time will tell. So until then, Ichiban.
Yeah, I like it. I like it, and I'm excited. And I love the way how they did it. Suzuki chokes and gotch pile drives Okada, and then stands over Okada with the IWGP World Championship. That was good. And then we had a main event which I didn't particularly enjoy, I'm going to be honest. We had Tanahashi, Nakanishi, and the Funky Toilet Taguchi versus Evil, Sanada, and Bushi. They're obviously the new Never Openweight champion, 6-man tag champ. So the match was okay. Nakanishi got the win with a torch rack into a neck breaker. Commentary were marking the fuck out for Nakanishi getting the win. I have no idea why, but I mean screaming. They were fucking going insane on the commentary. I don't know what the English were doing, but these were going, all right, fair enough. This must mean something. But you got new champions. What are these 6-man belts?
I don't understand why they even. Okay, it's one, the belts were gone for months before they even came back at Wrestle Kingdom, so that's that.
Yeah.
2, you have the Battle Royal, match style match for the titles, which is a decent match. So you have Los win, which I was going to think, hey, you have Los win these titles, you're going to have them hold them, at least bring some stability to them, at least, hey, make them a credible title. No, but then you have them drop them next night to knock Nakanishi.
24 hours.
90-year-old Nakanishi.
But with that being said,
we're apparently.
With that being said, okay, we have these 6-man tags at the opening show, like we had here with we had Tiger Mask, Liger, Finlay. If you put the belts on Nakanishi and those guys, it gives those guys something to fight over. So if you take out Tanahashi, okay, that was silly. They put Tanahashi in there to be the main event. But if you take out Tanahashi and you put Liger in there, and you have Liger, Taguchi, Nakanishi, they can then face other people. And in the opening, because before intermission normally is quite dull and boring. So to liven that up, always have a 6-man title match, the main event before the intermission. I think that's what they should do. And they're kind of halfway there. They just need to get Tanahashi off them belts because he's obviously too star power to be on the before intermission.
I agree with that. I think they kind of did this to put those titles on him to kind of like, oh, well, he lost most of this year. We got to do something to make him stop the bleeding of losing. Kind of like, let's give him this belt. Like, that's kind of how I felt with that, with him winning that title. Like, okay.
I don't know. Like, I just automatically stop caring about that title when I see that it, just constantly keeps switching hands.
It's hard to care about it. I mean,
it really is, man. Like, I cared about it that time that you, Dave, and I had it.
You love to get that joke in.
I do.
You love to get that joke in.
You know what? I'm gonna be like 85, and I'll be like, oh, hey kids, did I ever tell you about the time I won these titles?
When we had titles, I was Naito in that belt every time. I didn't want that title. I didn't want that 6. I was like, here, I don't even want this. Oh, like seriously, like it's hard to get behind a title when you don't momentum it yourself. Like when you're cutting off your nose to spite your face with this title, it's kind of hard for us to be like, ooh, never openweight championship.
It's like, you obviously don't care about it.
Hell, I don't know what Goto, like, I don't know, I like Goto, I like Ghetto and everything, but like, sometimes his, like, decision, I'm like, what, he's like, oh, he's gonna put it on Lost, and tomorrow he's put on Tanahashi and Taguchi. I'm like, no, keep it on Lost.
Delirious was there. He could have, like,
keep it on Lost, man. Like,
could have been talking with them. They could have been out, like, Riviera, had a few drinks, was like, hey, you know what?
Guys, honestly, maybe they lost, like, they're playing like a game of cards earlier in that day. They had a 6-man card
game. That's what it is. That's what they're betting.
They lost
the
game, and they're like, we got to lose the title. So here you go. They're like, all right,
so W has a wheel that they turn when it comes to Sasha Banks versus Charlotte's gimmicks, and maybe New Japan has a wheel which they spin 3 times to determine who will be the next never openweight 6-man tag champs.
I think that's accurate.
I think that is. You know what? They probably have an entire game show
before the show goes on there. It's just like backstage, and it's like, oh.
Yeah, it's like their VIP game show.
Hell, none of the main eventers want to be there, so it's going to be like, what?
Right?
Nakanishi was like, ooh, give me this.
I'll take that, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I take that belt.
He's gonna pray he doesn't lose the card game next game, and holy shit. We're gonna go some live comments. We'll go to some live comments now. We have loads today, which is a good thing. Obviously, because you guys draw us numbers, so we got loads of comments to go through. So we'll try and go through them fairly quickly because I've got a TNA review to get to before I fucking die of sleep. Andy Paps, I'm joking. Andy Paps says, "I'm proud to announce I'm taking my talents to Suzuki-Gun." He says, "Sorry, Bullet Club, it's not you, it's me, and I'm going to give the show a win." Clifford Smith says, "The show was cool, but Wrestle Kingdom 11 blew my mind. New Year Dash sets up the next 2 months of action," which I thought was the best part. Like, you had the Wrestle Kingdom 11 high to just, okay, let's relax and just have fun and just look at the programs coming up in the next few months.
Absolutely.
Zachary Shilo. I'm sorry. Zach.
Hey, what up, Zach?
We know him.
What up, Zach? Thanks for watching, buddy.
He's on Facebook, and I apologize I butchered your name. I really am sorry. Don't send me hate mail in my Facebook Messenger. I apologize. Zach.
Zach's a good guy.
He is. I always see him on his Facebook. He puts, "I loved what I saw. A certain moment that will be touched on made me lose my shit." Clifton Smith goes back to saying, "Is Omega going to take a break because of injury?" We already talked about that. He says, "New Japan all day." Samuel Ole says, big fan of these guests.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
So you got a fan in Ole Samuel Ole. Andy Paps also says, welcome back, SOS.
Hey, thank you, Andy.
Clifton's talking to Andy Paps. Zach says, nice haircut bunches.
Oh, I thank you.
Andy Paps says, hey, Kenny will finish the year as champion. I reckon that. Or he will win it at Wrestle Kingdom next year from Naito.
Interesting.
Okada is the dude now. His next 10 years is going to be something to watch.
Yeah.
You know, I'm so glad. I really hope that this truly solidifies how much that Okada is the ace of New Japan.
I think it did.
Yeah, I hope that it did. I really fucking hope he deserves it. Every goddamn bit of it. And I hope to see in the next 10 years him just like dominate and him just like have his legacy that he deserves. I agree with that.
What I saw on Twitter during Wrestle Kingdom, at least when I watched it, was, ooh, doesn't Okada remind me of Randy Orton? Like, dude, stop comparing to WWE people, please. Then we had Andy Paps with Suzuki versus Okada will be great. Let Suzuki-Gun feud of chaos up until May. And then let Suzuki beat Okada for the IWGP World Championship. Then have Omega beat Suzuki. That's pretty fair. There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Yeah.
Smith says, you think they'll let Omega win the New Japan Cup or G1? What about Naito?
I thought Omega might win the G1 or the New Japan Cup, but it kind of depends on when he's back. You know, like if he's back around March, then I think he's probably my favorite to win it. And Naito, oh man, it's like Naito he's like almost become like Shibata now, to where he could like he's more over than Shibata in his main event, but we're not gonna go there. But to where he could win G1, or it's like he could just stay the long-reigning Intercontinental Champion. Like it is with Naito, they could do anything with him. You know, it's just crazy.
I don't think Kenny will be back in time.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm agree with you. I don't think he'll be back in time.
You know, I just don't really expect to see him until like the second half of 2017.
I at least say like I want to say like maybe June. I won't say June, but maybe around like when spring is getting ready to kick in. I say he'll be back around the spring. I think March is too early for him. I could be wrong though. So
I'm gonna go by May, June.
Yeah, just before G1 goes to America for sure. That's a pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what? We can't expect to see Kenny over here because who the fuck knows what's up with his visa?
Well,
maybe that's why he's taking time off.
Well, no, he actually did a little in the JR podcast.
I didn't listen.
Yeah, it's actually has nothing to do with his visa. What it has to do is they really don't generally like to let heels take a lot of outside bookings to New Japan. So like they're few and far between with the bookings that they choose.
Okay,
so.
well, I'm glad then at least that's the case instead of like a situation, you know, a la Mike Speedball Bailey.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you know, if you can get
you
your
know,
visa.
like, oh, they saw me in PWG and they found out I didn't have her visa and I can't come back for like the next decade.
Yeah.
Zachary just tagged me on Facebook saying my second name is pronounced as Shiloh. So there you are. So Zachary Shiloh, I pronounced your name. You can now enjoy your life knowing that I got your name wrong and I'll never get it wrong again. And if so, you can send me some hate mail.
He's going to be sleeping and he's going to be like, Shiloh.
Shiloh.
That's how you say it. That's how you pronounce it.
Andy Papp says Bullet Club should just be Omega, the Bucks, Adam Cole, Fat Fuck Fale, Gorillas of Destiny, Takahashi, Hangman Page, and Cody Rhodes. That's kind of what they are now, correct?
Yeah, that's what they are now.
No, because they got Bone Soldier in there, haven't they? They got Bone Soldier in there.
I don't count him.
Dude, you know what? So you even know, like, when the day that they brought Bone Soldier into Bullet Club, like, I didn't see it live. I refused to watch that fucking match. I didn't watch it until almost 2 weeks later. And then when I finally did, I was like, okay, I kind of see where this is going. But I really am enjoying seeing how he's developing. But I totally see him as Bullet Club's coffee boy. Like, he's running out, getting them some fucking crab cakes or some shit.
I'll never forget the promo after he turned on Yoshihashi or Yoshitatsu. Fuck you, Yoshi. Where he was like, where Kenny was talking about, oh yeah, he's in a Bullet Club. And the look that he had on his face was like, I don't know if this is the right idea. I'm in the Bullet Club now, but is this the right thing?
This is my life now.
Yeah, like he was so unsure.
Maybe that's why I like it so much, because I can relate so much. Like, I'm here.
Zachary Shiloh got the name right again. He tweeted me saying Los Ingobernables de Japan in English is the ungovernables of Japan.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Pretty
it is.
cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
We'll go back to live. So Clifton Smith says Yoshihashi will win the G1.
It's good to have dreams. It's good to have hope.
But then again, in January, if he said Omega would have won the G1, maybe he might have chuckled.
Well, if that happens, oh god, he might be right.
I mean, like,
he might be right. What if Yoshihashi does win G1? Oh my god,
dude, I don't know. I mean,
need to go down the bookies.
It's a big year for him. They are. It's got too soon.
Clifton Smith says, I live in Norfolk, VA, and only W show up 2 times a year. Damn it, Starcade 86 was held here. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. W loves kissing our ass. Where are we? He wants RH there. Bullet Club needs to kick out Bone Soldier and Chase Owens. Elite, lots of people want.
Yeah.
That'd be like 8 dudes on 3, though.
Yeah, but I'm guessing they could do it in 3-on-3 fashion. They would have the top 3.
Okay.
Cody, these last 3 years of wrestling have been so awesome to bring me a fan who gave up in 2006 on pro wrestling, so I'm glad to be back again. And LIG are killing it in 2017.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Dude,
ACH might have been a great fit for Bullet Club, was the latest tweet. I don't want latest tweet, latest comment from Clifton Smith. That's a strange one.
What do you say?
Actually, it was Zachary Shiloh. It was Zachary Shiloh. He says ACH might have been a great fit for Bullet Club.
You know what? I'm going to kind of agree with that, because to go what Dave normally says, and shout out to Dave Koco, he says this Bullet Club honestly are just like a group of white dudes normally, so it'll be cool to have like a nice
dude. It would
black
be
dude
so
in there.
awesome to see like the Young Bucks and ACH go up against like a triple threat match or something. Fuck. Dude, just anything.
They just stand in there.
Yeah, they just stand in there. Dude, that's all that they would have to do for me, honestly. It doesn't take much, it honestly doesn't.
Clifton Smith says Dragon Lee is a beast. He wants Kushida versus Dragon Lee and Naito versus Omega for the title in LA.
Wow.
Zachary Shiloh says best part of the show was Suzuki-Gun. Andy Pack said he marked out hard for Suzuki-Gun. Zachary Shiloh said if he's entered for the New Japan Cup, I see Suzuki as one of my favorite guys to win. So fair enough. Andy Papp said, did anyone see Impact Wrestling's new logo? Yes, I did. I actually like it. Lots of people are bashing it. I like it. I generally really like the new logo.
I'm pulling it up right now. Look at it.
But I do know about Tanahashi's new theme music, which kind of sucks because it's kind of the same, just tweaked a little.
No, that music sucks.
It's horrible. It was when he was trying to play the air guitar, and he was like, dude, stop, please. You can't play air guitar to something that pretty much does have air guitar in.
I imagine it's kind of the same as like, what was it? Was it the Total Divas episode with the Bellas when they were like singing? They were singing their own theme song and it was horrible. All of it. Much like Tana's theme.
Oh, okay, I just pulled up.
That fucking looks like a goddamn beehive.
You got to remember it's now owned by Anthem. So Anthem are now taking over. I quite like it. You know, lots of people hate it. I like it. I like it when companies start a new year fresh. You know, new logo, probably new belts. You know, I wish they went from TNA to Impact Wrestling. The name TNA fucks me off. You can't market that to a guy and say, "Hey, do you want to watch some TNA?" They'll be like, "Dude, you are a dirty man." If you go, "Do you want to watch some Impact Wrestling?" They'll be like, "Nah, I'm fine." But I'd rather now I'm fine to fuck off. You know, there's a big difference, and I think. With Impact Wrestling, with the Anthem logo, it's good they've made that logo instead of a new TNA logo. So that's a good thing.
I agree.
Definitely.
And their website, whoever runs it, I want them fired right now because their website is awful. Awful.
Is it Impact Wrestling or TNA.com?
ImpactWrestling.com.
Okay.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
I can't even remember the last time I've even called them TNA, which is hilarious. Like,
New Japan Pro Wrestling are pushing the six-man titles because of their relationship with CMLL. That's from Clifton Smith. Suzuki-Gun. Chauncey Bullock says, "Brother LK, I knew you'd come." Andy Pep says, "I actually like TNA's new logo." Yeah, me too. I'm glad I'm not the only one. We got some other people. Bullet Club for Life from Chauncey Bullock. And Clifton Smith, last comment of the night, says, "Tanahashi's new music is horrible," in capitals. I want to thank you, everyone, for the live comments. And I want to thank, would you like to plug anything? Oh, so I'll break my thing down there. Anything you want to plug before you depart?
Yes. All right. So I'm really not sure exactly if the date has been released yet because it's still in its like infant stages, it seems to be. But Indianapolis is actually having something happen in the Circle City. We got Next Generation Wrestling, Dave.
4K, Ohio for Killers.
Him and fucking
Desmond Xavier.
Yeah, Desmond Xavier. They're going to be in the Circle City either later on this month or the beginning of February.
I think it's February.
So I think it is too. But
February.
you can check them out on Twitter at NextGenIndie, and they can hook you up with some info. They're selling tickets right now, so support local. Bring wrestling to Indianapolis.
Or just travel and go see wrestling because Indianapolis kind of sucks. But that's just
you know what? As much Indianapolis took me a very long time to love, and it would be nice to see stuff in this fucking city. So support it. Go out Midwest, travel to see wrestling. It's always amazing.
Traveling's amazing. I agree.
Fuck, it is.
Because to me, it's like a 2-hour trip to London. So when I go watch mine in London, it normally is. It's always great. If you go with your friends or your family or your girlfriend, wife, kids, it's just great. You get the day out. You know, you don't have to worry about work or family problems. You just go out. You get yourself a nice meal. Take the day off. Maybe go shopping, and then go watch your pro wrestling and go home and go to sleep. It sounds like a perfect day made in heaven. So with that being said, I want to thank you for joining me for this show. Once the show finished in about 10 minutes, once I go make myself another cup of tea, I'll be going live with a TNA wrestling or an Impact Wrestling. We'll scratch TNA now from the title. We'll just call it Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling review, and then I'm going to go to bed. And then tomorrow I'm going to be covering Flow Slam's Style Battle tournament on Saturday night, which I'm extremely excited for. And then Sunday, the re-debut of Full Impact Pro, which I'm mega fucking excited for on Sunday. Rewatch that, and then sadly Monday and Tuesday means WWE shows, but they've got to be done because of the channel. So I want to thank you for joining me again. I pray, and you should pray, whether if this viewership doesn't get above 20,000, you're not on next time. I'm joking.
No!
Hey guys, you heard him. Come on, we got a lot of pressure to live up to.
Yeah,
so.
come on, man.
We want to be.
No, I'm joking.
Make 2017 great.
We want to be.
As long as there's always positive comments in the chat, which you're always welcome on, and I like having you on, so you're on no matter what, even if they don't like you. But they do, so you have nothing to worry about. And I appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate you taking the time. I hope you had a pleasure and a decent time on this show. There wasn't much swearing going on, and now I'm a bit disappointed in that. So on TNA review.
Honestly, I never know how to take it with like other people because you know, like when we're recording, I would never let my little brother listen to us. So I know from our standpoint, but if you want,
I know. I
can hook you up.
I feel bad. Like
you feel bad.
I always curse.
Fuck.
I let everyone down. I apologize. I'm usually on here. Maybe I'm being polite because there's a female on the show. Maybe I'm being polite because there's a female on the show. Maybe.
Don't even. Yeah.
Like,
don't even.
honey. I've got stories that would make you go, oh my god.
No, I've read some of your Facebook posts.
Yeah, I know.
But my Snapchat's where it's at.
No, I'll pass. If there's anything like your Facebook, I'll pass.
Dude, I just want to say, dude, you are one of the hardest working dudes I know as far as this pro wrestling thing, man. So I don't think your work's not appreciated, bro. So
yeah,
keep doing
it. Because
yeah, man, you were always doing something, man. So yeah, just keep doing your thing, man. We appreciate it.
Well, I'm excited because I can now finally write and upload stuff for the KocoSports website, and then Jerry finally realized that I had a marketing background, so I'll hopefully do some stuff for marketing, and then who knows, hopefully I can go into the job I fucking despise, put the notice down, say fuck you, spit in the boss's face, walk out, and then do KocoSports full time. But that's for a different story for a different time. Who knows, one day. Damn it to God, now I'm depressed. I think it'll work. No, scrap that. Right, going live with a TNA review shortly. Want to thank you for joining me. Next time you guys are on will be a CML Fantastica Mania review show, so look forward to that. Check them out on Twitter at SOS WrestleTalk. Stay safe, everyone. Stay well. We'll be back shortly, and I'll be catching your asses down the line.